who was going.
I'm interested, but I can't miss work on the ninth. It's like I try to come up for the weekend.
Maybe
Yeah.
Drive
Come
up
up
to Tahoe on
later that
a
day.
Friday
Come on.
afternoon.
Yeah, do that. That works.
Have you ever driven up to Tahoe on a Friday afternoon?
Yes.
Awful.
It's not fun.
How are you?
Oh, the trip out.
Thanks for coming back.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
Well, why is this changed, do you know? Because this person down here, did you do this or did somebody else?
No, our premise was small districts, single college districts in Northern California. And that's how we kind of came up with it.
So somebody,
Well, yeah, that was the criterion. That's what we chose.
who?
We, me, and Kelly, Dr. What's that?
You didn't ask me.
Well, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
I
just
really
being
don't care
facetious.
about this that much. I just want, but we've all, when, our former colleague now on the city council, we would just talk about it and then, but the criteria was, Northern California, smaller colleges. That's who we wanted represented. That's because that's who we are.
Okay, very well.
So that's how we got these people.
That's how you got these people. All right, I'll have to review that and see if I agree. Sorry.
Check test, check test, 1, 2, check test.
Check, check. That's me joining Zoom over the room. So that's working. It's pretty loud. Yeah. How's the levels? A little bit better in there now. Yeah. Is it still pretty hot for levels? Yeah, I'll turn it down more. I've got the controllers here. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Yeah.
They have themselves.
Yeah.
Listen acoustic.
All right.
Other comments from members of the public? Good. Don't eat donuts. Oops, I'm on the air. My lucky's here. All right, this time, it's being 7 p.m., we'll reconvene the regular meeting. And the report of action in closed session is there was no action taken in closed session. There are no requests to speak in the public comment section. Next item is item 10, the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered by the board to be routine and will be enacted by the board in one motion. There's no discussion on these items prior to the time the board votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or public request specific items to be discussed and or removed. Time will be provided before the vote for clarification questions without removing an item from the consent agenda. Are there any questions on the consent agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. There were no items removed. We're on to the non-consent agenda items, action items, first of which is 12A, Human Resources, the new classified manager job description. Director of Student Development and Engagement, Sal Abate is the presenter.
Good evening, Trustee Honeychurch, members of the board. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to have VP Neely speak on this, as this is a job description for her area.
Thank you, Sal. I appreciate that. Good evening, President Honeychurch and members of the board. So we are bringing to you, this is a classified manager job description for the Director of Student Development and Engagement, and we're presenting this in consideration of the complexity and scope of the job position. And this is a pivotal role within the Student Services Division.
I'll make a motion to approve 12A.
I second that motion.
It's moved and seconded to approve 12A, which is the job description for a new classified manager. All those in favor, please say.
Yes,
I'm sorry,
question.
I didn't see you.
Discussion real fast. Can you just clarify, is this a brand new position, or is this just updating a current position that exists, or is it changing the role of that position?
It's updating a position and looking at the complexity and the scope of the role.
Okay, but it's a role that already exists.
Yes.
Like, okay, great. Perfect, thanks.
Sorry, any other questions? If not, there's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Next item is item 12B, which is MOU agreement between Solano Community College and the California School Employees Association.
Thank you, Trustee Honeychurch, members of the board. This is an agreement that we've reached with our classified CSEA group. This basically will close bargaining for this year with this group, and the district and the bargaining unit, pending your approval, again, have agreed to pass along COLA or any cost of living adjustment that the state gives to us onto our employees, as well as any year-end savings potentially that the district may have in the budget. As a one-time only payment to the group. We've done this with this group now. This is the second year in a row. They're on a 3-year contract, so we will not fully be in bargaining with them again until 2026. So this will wrap up bargaining for this year with CSEA.
There's a second?
I second.
Any questions? Go ahead.
Thank you so much there. I just have a question, being a new trustee. How many members are part of the CSEA?
Our CSEA group ranges between, and it fluctuates depending on how many retirements we get, anywhere between 95 to 100 employees of the college. It is our biggest classified professional group bargaining unit. Our other group is Local 39, and that ranges at about 50 members.
Did you say 1515, sir?
No, 50.
50. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? If not, all those in favor of approving this MOU between the college and the California school employees, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Next item is a bond measure. Vice President Lucky Lofton, who's here on via Zoom, is presenting this item. It's a contract award to Salas O'Brien for professional design services for the Fairfield Campus Substation 5 replacement project. Good
Thank you,
evening,
President
Lucky.
Honeychurch. This contract award is to design a replacement for Substation 5. We have already replaced substations 1 and 2 completely. That project was completed several years ago. We're in the process of completing the replacement of substations 3 and 4. Substation 5 is the final electrical substation for us to replace.
Are there questions? Mr. Lofton, Vice President Lofton?
Yes,
John, is there a motion to approve the contract award?
Also moved.
Is there a second? I heard
Did
that.
he move?
Okay, so moved and seconded to approve the contract award to Salas O'Brien for design services. Sorry?
I apologize, President Honeychurch. Was there a second? Okay, thank you so much. I just have a quick question. How long is this replacement project will take place?
Substation replacement projects, just due to the lead time of ordering the materials, will probably take on the order of 8 to 12 months.
Will there be any, may I ask a follow-up question, sir?
Of course.
Will there
Sure.
be any follow-up, will there be any impact to our students and faculty during that time frame?
Fortunately, Substation 5 really only serves the athletic fields. So it provides power to the football stadium, to the baseball field. So generally, we should be able to work around any student needs to replace that particular substation. We can provide alternate forms of power out in that area, as we've done for all of our substation replacement projects.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Question, any other questions? So it's been moved and seconded to approve this contract award to Salas O'Brien. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. The next item is a change order. It's item D. Change order to number 3 to DMR Builders for Building 300 modernization. So can you explain that, or comment on this one?
Yes, thank you again. This is the final change order for this project. We are completing this project, returning any unused funds to the district, and tying up everything and closing this project out.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this change order number 3 to DMR Builders?
I make a motion to approve this.
Moved and seconded. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Moves us to item E. It's a change order to Shredder and Brandt Manufacturing for the Fairfield campus swing space.
Thank you again. This is for the portable buildings that we have
Lucky.
installed. Yes.
Could you speak up a little bit? I think some of the trustees are having difficulty hearing, if possible.
Absolutely, I can absolutely.
That's better
speak
already.
louder. Yes, so this particular change order is to, again, return unused funds to the district. The project was the installation of swing space portable buildings to handle the classrooms that we needed while we worked on building 300 and 1600.
Make a motion to approve item 12E.
I'll second.
That's moved and seconded to approve change order number 2, which brings $20,000 back to the college. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item is item F, which is a change order number 1 to PB Electric for design and construction services for the other substations,
Yes.
3 and 4. Go ahead.
Yes, we are almost complete with this project, and this is the change order. This change order will address 2 particular items, additional electrical boiler connections that we had to move to this project from the central plant project because there was a delay in being able to specify the electric boilers that we needed. So that additional scope has been added to the substation project. The electrician was already working there, so it's just having one contractor do this work, an electrical contractor. So we are seeking the board's approval for this change order of $307,000, $954.
All right, is there a motion to approve this change order?
I move we approve the change order.
I'll second.
All right, go ahead. No questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to share that this was our major topic of discussion for Measure Q. Our infrastructure around our piping is going to need some serious attention from us, and so just wanted to kind of plant that seed there that we'll be getting a report from the group that we hired to do the report on it, and it's rough. So so I just want to give you that seed in advance.
All right. Any other questions? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing a question.
I apologize there. My apologies, VP Lofton. How long would this changeover take place? When it would be complete, sir?
It should be complete by the end of this month.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? If not, it's been moved and seconded to approve this change, this change order. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Now we'll move on to item G, which is a contract amendment to Brook Trout Designs for the governing boardroom project.
President Henry, this is a $0 change. I'll make a motion for approval of 12G.
All right, any discussion, questions? Not all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Now we're moving on to academic affairs. This is presented by Vice President David Williams. It's a renewal of CD Labs application services license for Design Plus. Thank you for presenting this item.
Yes, thank you, President Honeychurch and members of the board. City Labs is a company that produces a product called Design Plus, and then the other product in there is called You Do It Advantage. And these are tools that help faculty make sure their courses are accessible and help them design better courses inside of Canvas, leading to a better experience in our online courses. So we're asking for your approval of this renewal.
All right, is there a motion to approve this item to renewal of a labs application service license?
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions, comments? Not. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And that moves us to student services. It's a resolution recognizing April 2025 as Arab American Heritage Month. It's presented by Vice President Lisa Neely. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. Yes, we are asking the board to approve this resolution in recognition of April 2025 as Arab American Heritage Month, and wanting to provide this as a way to celebrate and also acknowledge these communities. And we have students and some of our folks in student services who are organizing some events this month in celebration thereof.
All right, thank you. Is there a motion to approve sorry?
It would be my honor, of course.
She reads it so well.
Okay. Whereas generations of Arab Americans have made immeasurable contributions to our country as educators, entrepreneurs, scientists, medical professionals, and public servants, among many other roles, they have been a critical part of the American story and have made our country stronger and more prosperous. And whereas since migrating to America, people of Arab descent have shared their rich culture, faith, and traditions with neighbors and friends, setting examples as engaged citizens and as dedicated community members and public servants. And whereas Arab Americans have also stood firm in the struggle for civil rights and justice, working to make America a fairer and more inclusive nation, unfortunately, they have also faced discrimination, racial prejudice, and challenges to their identity as Americans. Whereas President Joseph R. Biden declared April as Arab American Heritage Month and issued an official proclamation in 2023 emphasizing the importance of representation, promoting the rich culture of Arab American culture, fighting against discrimination, and addressing negative stereotypes and biases, particularly in light of historical marginalization and post-9/11 Islamophobia. And whereas the state of California is home to the largest Arab American population in the United States, with approximately 715,000 people of Arab American descent residing across the state. And whereas Arab Americans have a long and proud history of serving in the United States Armed Forces, with tens of thousands putting their lives on the line to defend our nation from World War I to the present day. And whereas we recognize and celebrate the contributions to cultural diversity, economic growth, and the overall development of our state and nation made by the Arab American community, now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Solano Community College District hereby designate the month of April 2025 as Arab American Heritage Month to be observed throughout the district, recognizing the valuable contributions of Arab Americans to the state and to the various aspects of American society, highlighting the importance of continuing recruitment efforts to foster a diverse and inclusive campus, including increasing the representation of Arab Americans among students, faculty, and staff, and advancing educational efforts to distinguish between Muslim and non-Muslim Arab Americans to foster a more informed and respectful campus culture, ensuring that Arab American identities are acknowledged in their full complexity. Be it further resolved that the Board of Trustees encourages the campus community to join in this observance through appropriate educational activities, programs, and ceremonies that celebrate the rich cultural heritage and contribution of Arab Americans, while also emphasizing the importance of creating a safe and open space for these actions to continue year-round. Thank you.
Thank you for reading the resolution.
I second that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution number 2425-15, recognizing April 2025 as Arab American Heritage Month. So please call the roll.
Trustee Voice,
Aye.
President Honeychurch,
Aye.
Trustee Kara, Trustee Cargo Reed,
Aye.
Trustee Wynn Greer,
Aye.
Trustee Thurston, Trustee Young.
All right, so the ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks for reading that. Next item is also a resolution proclaiming, and this is number 242516, proclaiming April as LGBTQIA Pride Month. So is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I move we approve this resolution. Is that what you asked for?
Yes, there's a motion to approve the resolution.
12I.
Yeah, LGBTQIA Pride Month.
I will second that.
Thank you. So, you want this? Would you like this read? I imagine. So, there are some new additions to this edition of this motion or this resolution we pass annually, which I inquired about of one of my colleagues. Because some of it was new to me. But anyway, go ahead and read the resolution.
Okay.
I won't trouble you with my question about asexual and queer. I didn't get it, so maybe I'm just out of touch. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, why don't you read the resolution?
Happily to do so. Actually, in the spirit of inclusion, we're also celebrating this month and asking the board to approve. So, whereas June 1969 marks the pivotal moment in the birth of the modern LGBTQIA+ movement for human rights, catalyzed by the Stonewall Uprising, thereby igniting a historic shift towards equality and liberation. Whereas Solano Community College acknowledges the decades of struggle for freedom and civil rights by LGBTQIA+ people, their significant contributions to the rich history of collective action championing equality for all, and celebrates the ongoing legacy of the LGBTQIA+ community. Whereas the 2015 landmark Supreme Court decision was a historic victory for LGBTQIA+ Americans, guaranteeing marriage equality in all 50 states, ensuring a dignity for same-sex couples, and therefore all couples. Whereas in 2025, Solano Community College recognizes that the LGBTQIA+ community continues to face legislative challenges across the United States, including restrictions on gender-affirming care, limitations on LGBTQIA+ inclusive curriculum in schools, and attempts to erode established marriage equality protections, highlighting the ongoing need for advocacy and vigilance. And whereas despite these challenges, Solano Community College recognizes that the LGBTQIA+ community and its allies demonstrate resilience and strength, and that Solano Community College will continue to advocate for equal rights and visibility, and working to create safer, more inclusive spaces for all individuals, emphasizing the importance of continued support and affirmation. Whereas Solano Community College Governing Board Policy 1150 authorizes the display of commemorative flags on campus property, which includes LGBTQIA Progress Pride flag established in 1978, a symbol of the community's unity and quest for visibility and recognition. Whereas although the month of June has been established as a celebration of LGBTQIA+ pride by both consensus and legislative intent in recognition of the anniversary of the Stonewall Uprisings of 1969, Solano Community College wishes to celebrate Pride Month in April during a primary semester to encourage greater participation within Solano Community College and the wider community. And whereas Solano Community College proudly stands with the LGBTQIA+ community of Solano County, specifically honoring the pivotal role of the Solano Pride Center for the past 26 years, and with all communities who struggle for human rights, acceptance, visibility, safety, and in the quest for full equality under the law. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Solano Community College District Governing Board proclaims April 2025 as Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, Intersex, and Asexual Pride Month. Thank you.
All right, thank you for reading the resolution. Are there any questions? Maybe you could, I have a question. What is queer, intersex, and asexual? What does that mean?
I'm happy to add some context if that helps.
I understand the rest of it.
I will say the conversation around how to represent the entire community is always an ongoing one of how many letters do you fit into a phrase, and so that's always a challenge of trying to be more inclusive and also not trying to use every alphabet letter. But a queer has become a fairly common umbrella term to represent many different identities that may be different than societal norm. And so many people will use it both to represent anything under this umbrella or as an identity that doesn't define in any one particular way. If that helps. Asexual is kind of what it sounds like, someone who might not identify with any sexual identity, like we have a reduced sexual attraction to others, and so finds solace in the queer community that where society kind of expects that you have a a partner of sorts. They find solace in building identity other ways.
And then I gather the other one.
Intersex.
Asexual is.
Yeah, without
sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then intersex has actually become a recognized assigned sex at birth in California as well too, where somebody who biologically is not identified as male or female at birth for many different reasons. There are thousands of different conditions and development things that make someone not easily identifiable as male or female at birth. And so, and in California, we actually added that on birth certificates too.
All
So,
right.
so people are, legally intersex as well.
Thank you. Thank you for explaining that to me. It was new to me, and I think the answers I got from my person I asked about it basically told me what you told me. So thanks for explaining it to me. So with that, let's call the roll.
Trustee Kara, Trustee Thurston,
Aye.
Trustee Voice,
Aye.
Trustee Cargo Reed,
Aye.
Trustee Young, President Honeychurch,
Aye.
Trustee Wynn Greer.
Aye.
All right, thank you. So the next item, we'll go from those two resolutions to a change order, which is presented by John Corneliuson. It's approval of change order number 1 to Frilly General Consulting Agreement. Want to go ahead and make.
Sure. Thank you.
this?
Thank you very much, President Honeychurch and members of the board. So in technology services, we have a lot of exciting projects coming up in the spring and summer, a few of which are a new student registration system launching April 14th. We have a new student identity system and coupled with a new student portal to replace My Solano launching in June, mid-June as well, June 14th. We're calling that Falcon Nest. And so in anticipation of these projects, we budgeted to have some consulting support, and I'm bringing this contract to you for that consulting support. We're pretty much staffed to kind of keep the lights on, kind of keep operations afloat. Taking on major projects, we're always going to need that kind of help. So the board already approved 100 hours with Forelli last month, and that was for $19,500. We're asking the board to approve an additional 300 hours for 400 hours total. So the increase is $58,500 for a total of $78,000.
Thank you. So are there questions? Go ahead, Trustee.
Thank you so much, VP Corneliuson. In regards to this, I found some difficulty when I've been on the site to check on my emails. So is this going to be making it more user-friendly, not only for faculty and staff, but also for the general public as well in regards to the way the website looks? Because I'm new here, and so I've only been on the job for 4 months, but when I was like playing around with the website, I just found like there was like sometimes there's so much information that it's a little bit overwhelming. So how are you making it to make it much easier for not only for faculty and staff, but for the general public who's coming on board? Is this part of that at all?
Great question. This is actually separate from that. So we have, if you go right now to the website and you click on My Solano, one of the projects I mentioned in June, we're going to be replacing My Solano with the public internet-facing website that's kind of the marketing presence for the college. There is a separate project being undertaken by our communications director with an anticipated launch of July 1 for that too. So expect some improvements coming there, but that is separate than this. The public internet-facing website is separate from what we're doing here in this.
Thank you very much for the clarification.
Absolutely.
You have a question?
So how essential is this, that there has to, you need 400 hours for these consulting hours?
Yeah, it's critical. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, we're only staffed to pretty much keep the lights on. We can take on some project work. When I say keep the lights on, that's of course metaphor to keeping IT operations afloat. So when we take on big projects, we're always going to need supplemental help. And so this is one vehicle where you're using a general consulting agreement to do that because things come up. There's unanticipated complications with a lot of the work we do, and we need that deep technical expertise to get us to the finish line on these projects. So it's very essential.
Okay, thank you for explaining the critical, essential services that we need for the extra 300 hours.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your question. So is there a motion to approve the change order?
I make a motion to approve item 12K.
A second?
A second.
Thank you. Any other questions? All those in favor then, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We're now on to information items, first of which is a Measure Q quarterly progress update report presented by Lucky Lofton. Mr. Lofton, are you still with us? Thank you.
Yes, I'm still here, sorry.
Good. No, it's fine.
Regarding the quarterly report, you'll find a list of all of the projects in the board item. We, typically have around 30 projects in progress. As far as our current spend, we're at 76.3%, or $272,801 have been spent on the Measure Q bond thus far. We do plan, looking forward, this is looking backwards from October 1st to December 31st. But looking forward, we do look forward to our final tranche of funds that will be going out for later this year. So in total, Measure Q probably has about 4 more years or so left to go. So, and we've been able to accomplish a great deal. If there are any specific questions about any of the specific projects, I'm happy to speak to those.
So with it, this is not an action item. So with that, we'll move on to item 13B, which is a ballot for the California Community College Trustees Board of Directors. So this comes before us basically annually. And the recommendation, or my recommendation or suggestion, is that we choose 4 candidates out of the 16 that are available. And the criteria for this recommendation is that they be from Northern California and be small or smaller colleges. So the recommendation is, and I was aided in this selection by our superintendent. The first one is number 1 on the list, which is Rebecca Barrett, Contra Costa. Number 4, Alexandra Gonzalez from Hartnell, which is down a bit south of us. And then Inez de Luna, Napa Valley, which is our neighbor, and Diana Delphin Polk from Peralta. So those are the suggestions that I'm making to the board to approve at the, I gather at the next meeting, correct? So you can look at this, and if you have any other suggestions, just
I'm sorry, I
bring
didn't
them
hear your
forward.
second suggestion.
The second one was number 4 on the list. It's Alejandra Gonzalez from Hartnell.
Hartnell, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And then 1 from Napa Valley, 1 from Peralta. So you have time to think about it, and then we'll vote on this at the next meeting. Next item is announcements. Are there any announcements from members of the board or the staff? Or
I do have an announcement, President Honeychurch.
Sure,
if
go
that's
ahead.
okay with you, sir?
Of course.
I just wanted to share, thank you so much for bringing the resolution for the LGBTQ plus. Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you so much for bringing the resolution forward in regards to proclaiming April as LGBT plus QIA month. I have a few friends who are here today. They drove all the way from Sacramento. They wanted to see me vote for the resolution. I'm very proud of them. I wanted to acknowledge them here. My friends, Ed Perez, who is an elected official for the Reclamation District 1000. He's also a gubernatorial appointee. And then his partner, Romer Cristobal, who's also a gubernatorial appointee, and our good friend, Alma Stevens, who is a resident here of Vacaville. They all came here just to be part of the Solano Community College, meeting tonight. So I just wanted to give them a round of applause and to say thank you so much for being here in support of what we're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other announcements? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just
Trustee
wanted
Boyce.
to announce on behalf of our Solano College Theater, their spring musical opens this weekend, yes, and then runs for through most of April through the 28th. Check out their website. They have a lot of very fun nights. There's like a Renaissance Fair night and a Pride night and like lots of thematic nights for this musical. So it's gonna be a blast. I'm going on Saturday if anybody wants to join.
Thank you. What's it called?
Oh, it is called. Sorry, that's a good. It's called Head Over Heels, and it's a jukebox musical with music from the Go Go's.
All right. Look forward to that. So I think the idea of live theater is it's a live.
Commitments, you can't do that, okay.
The live. Oh yeah, these are the live performance at the theater. Yeah.
All right. So thank you. Any other announcements?
I do have two more things, President Honeychurch. I apologize about that. Two things. Over the past weekend, Trustee Cargo Reed and we were able to attend the women's soccer banquet. And thank you so much, VP Williams, for being there with us. It was an amazing banquet to see all the wonderful student athletes being recognized and being honored for the work that they do and for their commitment. And the fact is, the entire team carried a 3.5 GPA. I was extremely impressed with that. I mean, to be a student athlete and also to carry such a high GPA, that just shows the commitment of our faculty here and the work that they do and the commitment of ensuring that our students' mental health and wellness are being taken care of. And the other thing was on Monday, Trustee Cargo Reed and we also attended the grand opening of the Solano Community College Outreach Center, which was also another amazing event that we attended to be able to learn a little bit more about the outreach specialists and what they do. They cover such a big area of Solano County, between 28 to 29 schools there, and they're basically, I consider them the ambassadors for Solano Community College. So I want to give them a warm round of applause as well in terms of what they do every day, going out there and being boots on the ground for us in terms of, talking to students about the opportunities, the educational opportunities here at Solano Community College. But also I want to say hats off to all the VPs and the faculty and President Kelly Sims Butler for the work that she does. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Quick, and thank you to the champions as well. We got to take a picture with the traveling cup, and they're getting ready to go to Uganda, correct? Or am I got the right? Where are they going? Ghana. Oh, I am so sorry. I apologize. But yes, it was an honor to be able to meet them and the outreach team, which I see member in here today at the audience. And thank you. Welcome for thank you for coming tonight. And thank you, VPs. Thank you, everyone, for all the hard work you do. And thank you, President Honeychurch, for letting me say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Trustee Jackie.
It's my pleasure. So with that, we'll move on to item 15, which is items from the board. Are there any items from the board? I don't see anyone. So we'll move on to adjournment and entertain a motion to adjourn. So been moved and seconded that we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. And thank you, everyone.